For those born under the dragon sign, 2026 begins with something that cannot be ignored: visibility. This is a year where your presence is amplified. Whether you intend it or not, people notice you more. Your words carry weight. Your decisions influence outcomes. Opportunities come not because you chase them, but because others see you as capable of shaping direction. This is a year where dragons can naturally step into authority. Leadership roles, recognition, and influence are available, especially when you act with clarity rather than impulse. You are not meant to stay small in 2026. You are meant to be seen, but in a controlled and intentional way. Your natural confidence works in your favor. You are able to inspire others, initiate movement, and push projects forward when others hesitate. If you have been preparing quietly, this is the year where momentum finally responds. There is real strength here, and it is genuine. However, this same visibility is also where the dragon must be careful. The challenge of 2026 is not lack of power, it is too much exposure without containment. When attention increases, pressure increases with it. Expectations rise. People ask more from you. If you say yes too easily, commit too widely, or feel obligated to perform constantly, strain appears quickly. This year does not reward constant display. It rewards measured authority. You do not need to prove yourself repeatedly. You do not need to respond to every request. When dragons mistake visibility for obligation, exhaustion follows. When dragons learn to pace their presence, success stabilizes. Relationships play a quiet but critical role this year. Dragons are naturally strong personalities. You can dominate a space without intending to. In 2026, this can either attract loyal allies or quietly push people away, depending on how you carry yourself. If you become impatient, dismissive, or emotionally unavailable, relationships that could have strengthened you may weaken silently. This is not betrayal, it is erosion through neglect. Support does not disappear suddenly, it fades when connection is not maintained. This year asks you to stay relationally present, share credit, acknowledge effort, listen when you do not need to speak. These small actions protect alliances and prevent isolation at the top. Health in 2026 requires attention to stress, circulation, and recovery. Dragons tend to push hardest when things are going well, not when they are difficult. This is where imbalance appears. Head pressure, blood pressure, fluctuations, jaw tension, and sleep disruption are early signs of overload. This is not a fragile year for health, but it becomes demanding if you ignore rest. Recovery time matters more than usual. If sleep becomes irregular or the body feels constantly wired, it is a sign that intensity has exceeded capacity. Rest is not loss of momentum this year. Rest is what allows momentum to last. Now let us speak clearly about wealth, because this is an important area for dragons in 2026. This year offers strong earning potential, but money behaves unevenly. Gains can be substantial, but so can expenses if decisions are rushed or driven by image. This is not a year to gamble emotionally, speculate blindly, or spend to maintain status. Money responds best to structure in 2026. When you plan carefully, reinvest wisely, and pace expansion, wealth grows steadily. When you chase growth for recognition, pressure builds. This is a year where consolidation creates more power than rapid expansion. There is also a deeper lesson for dragons around generosity. When you share resources wisely, mentor others, or contribute where value is real, support multiplies. When you hoard out of fear or control, stagnation appears. Flow creates leverage for you this year, but only when guided by judgment. Now let us bring this guidance into sharper focus by looking at different dragon birth years, because while visibility is shared, the pressure point differs. For dragons born in 1988, ambition and opportunity rise sharply. You may be asked to lead, expand, or take on visibility sooner than expected. Health warnings show as mental exhaustion, sleep disruption, or pressure headaches when you overcommit. Wealth can grow strongly, but only if you resist chasing too many paths at once. Spiritual alignment connected to prana rai supports balance, preservation, and correct timing when power increases. A stabilizing takrut focused on harmony across work, money, and responsibility helps prevent fragmentation. For dragons born in 1976, authority weighs heavier. You may be managing people, systems, or family expectations simultaneously. Health issues appear as blood pressure, stress, chest tightness, or fatigue from carrying others. Financially, income remains solid, but money leaks through obligation rather than loss. Guidance aligned with Pra Indra strengthens leadership with fairness and restraint, helping you hold authority without being drained. Protective talismans that reinforce moral authority rather than attraction are especially supportive. For dragons born in 2000, pressure comes from self-expectation. You may feel the need to prove capability quickly. Health signals include anxiety, digestive sensitivity, or sleep irregularity when stress is internalized. Financially, growth is possible, but impatience creates mistakes. The correction is structure. Alignment with Goddess Lakshmi supports healthy confidence and a balanced relationship with abundance. Grounding supports that emphasize stability over attraction help regulate emotions. For dragons born in 1964 or earlier, energy conservation becomes essential. You still carry presence and authority, but recovery slows when intensity stays high. Health remains stable when routine is respected. Financially, preservation works better than expansion. Guidance connected to Goddess Uma Devi offers strength with protection, especially during transitions. Protective takrut focused on safeguarding rather than growth supports peace of mind. For all other dragon birth years, the pattern is similar. Visibility increases, and with it responsibility. Health remains stable when pacing is respected. Wealth grows when ambition is guided by discipline rather than urgency. Spiritually, dragons in 2026 benefit from support that grounds power instead of amplifying it. This is not a year for aggressive symbols or excessive stimulation. It is a year for protection, clarity, and restraint. Power that is contained becomes authority. Power that is uncontrolled becomes burden. As the year unfolds, remember this clearly. The dragon does not struggle because it lacks strength. The dragon struggles only when strength is not contained. Do not overpromise. Do not perform constantly. Do not confuse visibility with obligation. When you pace yourself, support remains. When you share power wisely, alliances strengthen. When you rest strategically, success lasts. And finally, remember that this guidance speaks at the sign level. True stability comes when support aligns with your own birth elements. Each dragon carries a different internal balance, and the right support makes visibility empowering rather than draining. If you want more precise, energetic, and spiritual support for 2026, check the link in the description. We've prepared personalized tools aligned to individual birth elements, designed to stabilize health, guide wealth decisions, protect relationships, and help you carry power without strain. The dragon moves through 2026 not by shining brighter, but by knowing exactly how much fire to show and when to let it rest.